Hi guys, welcome to the channel. If you haven't been here before, I'm Russ. On this channel, I like to share all my projects with you. We use this trailer to haul extra luggage when we go out to see my granddaughters in Pennsylvania. So we're working on these locks today. As you can see, they've been drilled out. A while back, one of the keys broke off in the lock, so we were down to one key. And the other day when my wife went to unlock it, she finished off the second key. So I had to drill these out just to get out there, and you could put a screwdriver in there and turn them, but long term water can get in there and it's just not very secure. So I bought these locks off Amazon. I think they will work to replace these. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested in them. That's the part number on the back. We're gonna try to get these switched out today. Hopefully everything goes as planned. This trailer is really handy with these wheels because it doesn't have to sit on top of the roof and get all that wind friction from driving. And it just sails behind us with no problem, and the lights even work on it. It's did us many trips. Assuming this works, I do like these keys that came with it. It's not the regular little keys that break off real easy. These are more of a, I don't even know what you'd call those. I'm thinking this will work a lot better. So the first thing we gotta do is get these old ones out, and I know the threads are not good on them, so they're gonna be a bear. I'm just gonna try to get on this nut. There's like a real thin nut right there that has to get turned, but it's pretty corroded, so I don't know if it'll come off or not. It's pretty hard to work on this upside down, I'll tell you that. I think I'm gonna unhook this so I can lay it on the ground and I can see what I'm doing. Probably not gonna get those unscrewed either. These are really rusty, so they're not going to come off. So it's back to square one. Okay, well, I got this to come off, so that's good. I think what I'm going to do is just continue to drill it out. So I'm just stepping it up. Well, that's not going to work. Oh, there. That worked on that side. Well, at least the key lock's out. I don't know if that's going to be the answer or not. I'm just putting my hand in here for some pressure. It's kind of sticking out back here. Might be able to grab a hold of it. Well, I can keep a hold of it and so it won't spin on me. No, that came loose now. Good deal. Got the guts out of it. That nut is still keeping me from getting it off. Okay, well, I'm at least going to set this trailer on its side so I can see what I'm doing. All right, at least we have some light now. Try some vice grips. Well, I think I'm just going to cut that nut off. It's not cooperating. All right, I got just a little burring tool here. I'm just gonna basically grind a slot in the side of that so it comes loose. Well, that was loose. This one just comes off. I didn't even try it. If you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like and share it with your friends. It helps more people get to see it and help more people out. I probably could have just got the right size wrench for this, but this is what I had, trusty channel locks. So now this plate should come off. Oh, there's a little divot there, so it can't come off. It don't make it easy. There's a little tiny divot right there, and I don't know if it's supposed to be there. This one doesn't have as much of one, but oh, there, that one came off okay. But this one, I have to grind that off. Okay, now I gotta figure out what we're gonna do with this. This looks like it's the same size, but the threads are different, and I want to keep this flange. I'd like to keep the flange, so I may have to drill it out. I think this flange would add some stability to this lock. Otherwise you just have that sitting in there, which isn't bad, but I think it would be better if it was through this. It'd give more like a washer. So I think what I'm gonna try to do, and I still don't have a drill press, I think I'm gonna try to drill that out so that this will slip inside of there. Wish me luck. All right, the trick's gonna be, this is about a 3/4 inch diameter, I think, and I don't know if I have a drill that size, and I don't know what I'd hold it with. So I know one thing we're gonna start off with, we're gonna cut the threads off of this because we don't need them involved anymore. Or maybe we'll use it to clamp until we figure out what we're doing. Okay, from my tool and die days, this is a countersink, I believe, for bolt heads. It might even be called a countersink. It's been so long since I've been away. I don't remember what it's called for sure, but it makes a square shoulder. But if I can get this down in here, it will actually take that out to the 3/4 that I need, because that is 3/4 basically. And this is 3/4. This is the closest thing I got. So this should work as long as I can get down through the middle of this. If you don't have this bit here, you could just go to the store and get a 3/4 inch washer, and that would work too. But since I already got these and I might have tools that'll work, I'm just trying to reuse this. Some WD-40 would help too. WD-40 helps cutting aluminum. Boy, a drill press would be nice. I may just cut the back of that off. That'll help get rid of some of that. So I'm just going to cut the threads off. Try going in from the other direction. Slow but sure. This tool is probably pretty dull. Oh, about through. Getting some heat going. There we go. Sharp, sharp, sharp. And hot. Get rid of these burrs here. Okay, let's see how all this goes together. Oh yeah, look at that. As long as everything else works out okay. Okay, so this goes through the shell there, and then this has to be lined up a certain way, I think. That washer determines how far it can turn, and then depending on what your setup is, you might have to change that. And then that can go through like that. You put your nut on, and then you put this on. So let's see if we can get one assembled before we finish the second one. Like I said, you could use a washer instead of trying to reuse that like I did. So put it in like that, and then this nut goes on, and that's what keeps the lock itself in place. One side of this nut has like grippers. That's the side you want to go towards where you're screwing it to, so it kind of grips it. There we go. And then once that's tight, which I should probably tighten it right now with my handy dandy channel locks. There we go, got that tight. Now, this goes on. Oh no. This little washer here that has the cutout goes on. And then this. Now I want it to be able to lock, so I gotta make sure it's gonna turn. I might as well get a key at this point too. Oh shoot, I gotta put this plate back on. So it's gonna look something like this. Let's just make sure I got things aligned right. Nope, that's not gonna work. The plate helps it align when it closes. And since I'm using that old piece of aluminum as a washer, I don't have a lot of threads to play with here. I think I have enough, but just not any extra. There we go. Get this right the first time on this side. right, time to test it out. Get all this trash out of here and blow this out since I got it all apart. We keep a rubber mat in the bottom because this isn't completely watertight. It does a pretty good job. Our luggage doesn't get wet. Actually, we've let somebody borrow this and they backed up once and then it put some cracks in the bottom, but we keep a rubber mat in the bottom and any water that sneaks in just runs down the side under the mat so it never gets on our luggage. I'm sure these locks would work on most of these like car toppers. Yep, works good. Get this blown out and put this thing up.